Hello, everyone, and welcome. It's Shanna. Now, if you've got a Lego lover in your life, I've got a project, actually three projects to show you today. I'm working on a couple of Lego cards for my oldest grandson's birthday, and I'm using this Cricut Design Space design here I found, and I'm going to create a card with this, and we're just going to get started. You can see I've got all the pieces cut out, and it's just called Lego card, and you can just search by that and find it. This is actually an invitation, but the creator of it left the tag blank so you can put whatever you want on it. It actually scored my card base. It had the card base and everything in it, and I went ahead and used it. I thought about just making my own card base, but I thought, well, in case her measurements were off just slightly, I just would go ahead and follow it so that everything would line up correctly. So we've got this green panel that we're going to layer on our card base, and I'm just looking to see which side it cut on. I'm just going to use my tape runner on this. I've been fighting with my glue, and so today I decided to just break out the tape runner and go for it. So this is a really cute card. It comes together fairly easy. A lot of times I struggle with card making on a Cricut just because you don't always get perfect cuts on your paper. I did observe that the Michaels Recollection paper cut very nicely. If you went anything heavier than that, it didn't cut as nice. My yellow paper was a bit heavier and it did not cut quite as nice. And I did have to bring out my Cricut knife and kind of clean it up a little bit. So that's one of the things that I noticed. And I will tell you, I had it on 100-pound cardstock setting, and I had more pressure on, and I still didn't get a good clean cut. But like I said, I was able to use my Cricut knife and clean it up, and we've got a pretty good pieces to work with here. So this is going to be just a Lego card, and it's super cute. I'm going to make two because my daughter wanted me to make one for her, and so I want one for her to give him and then one for me to give him. And then we have another project that I got a little gung-ho on and I didn't record, but I'll bring it in and show you the finished project. But we're going to have three Lego projects here. So this is super fun. You could just cut some squares out and use some of your circle dies and create this. The only reason why I didn't do that is the circle dies that I have are stitched. And I didn't want them to be stitched. I want them to look more like Legos. And so I just thought, I haven't done a Cricut project in a while. Here's where I'm kind of cleaning up the edge of those yellow because it didn't cut as cleanly as the rest. And then I'm going to just bring in some foam circles and get these popped up. Now I will speed up this because it took a minute because I put several circles down and then removed the release paper on these. And so I did speed this up 4 times just so we'll get it done a little bit quicker. But I think it comes together super cute. It definitely looks like Legos, and I think he's going to love it. Now, my grandson is just a speed demon at putting Legos together. He is fantastic. He does the huge projects, Titanic and the Capitol buildings and just mechanical cars and different Lego, different types of things. I don't even know what they all are. But so he's having a Lego themed birthday party. And of course we all got him new Lego sets because he just blows through them so quickly. Now periodically he'll want me to assemble Legos with him, and I love to do it, but I can't keep up with him. He can spot the pieces and see the. I'm telling you, this kid should be an architect because he really, or an engineer or something. I don't know. He really is very good at this. And so normally I can't even assist him because he gets going so far ahead of me. Now here for some reason I didn't cut my banner out correctly. I think my paper wasn't long enough when I put it in there, so I wound up with just that rectangle there. You can see I've got my green banner, my white banner, and then that red rectangle. So I'm just going to hide the second piece on the Cricut Design Space and just cut the banner out again. So I'll go and do that now, and then we'll come back in. I was going to cut this out, but I thought you could just see the screen move as I am doing the necessary things. And so right now it is cutting that banner out. And then I'm going to layer these up. And I'm actually going to bring in my crocodile and add a little brad to it, or whatever you want to call it. So I'm just bringing the picture of it up just so you can see it. It's going to bounce back and forth because it's just rotating. And again, here this red paper didn't cut out. And so you can see I'm using my Cricut knife and cutting. I'm trying not to get on my glass mat. I will bring in my Cricut cutting mat for my next card because we'll have to use it quite a bit. I will use it quite a bit ahead of time. I'll do it off camera, but anyway, I'm just cleaning up this banner. Just using my knife to kind of clean off the phrase and everything on it. And now we have our 3 banners so that we can get them layered up. And I'm going to stamp. Now she left it, and I could have, I have markers, so I definitely could have put a message on this while it was cutting out, but I didn't choose to do that. I thought I'll just bring in a stamp and we'll just stamp happy birthday on it. And I could have just used an acrylic block for it, but I thought, you know what, I'm far enough along with this card, I'm just going to go ahead and use this Misty and just make sure I get a good stamping, and I won't have to cut out another banner if I would mess it up. So I'm just going to use some black ink and just give it a stamp, and we'll have our happy birthday on there, and we'll be ready to assemble our banner. So we'll just get this Misty and ink out of the way, and we'll get our banner put together. So I've got some twine here, just some baker's twine that I'm going to use, and I'm going to get my banner positioned, and I thought, well, I can just kind of layer it like that, and I thought, no, I'll go ahead and clamp it together. Here's where I'm bringing in my crocodile, and I'm going to first just poke a hole kind of in the center there, and I should have moved that iPad so you don't have to sit there and watch that the whole time. And now I'm going to bring my little brad in, or whatever you call that, and punch it down, and then I can spread it apart, and we've got our banner for our card. Had a little bit of something on there, so I'm trying to clean it off, and we'll run our twine through there, and I realize this twine is twice as long as it needs to be, so I'll take it out and I'll cut it in half, and that way I can save some of it for another project. So we'll just loop it through. We don't need to do a bow. This is for my grandson, and I don't think I need a bow on there for that. And I took my gel pen to kind of cover up. It looked like maybe I got a little ink on my finger or something and made a little mark there, but I'll wind up putting some embellishments over that, and you won't even notice it. So we'll just get that laid down on there. And I was thinking, I know I have some primary color enamel dots, so I'm just going to grab my little dot thing and pull them in, and here they are. So we'll just get these laid down on there, and they were the perfect color for this card. And like I said, you can just search Lego card in Cricut Design Space and get it. I actually found, all 3 projects in Cricut Designs, but when I just searched Legos, and then I found all 3 projects in there. I did modify the last one a bit, but anyway. So I'm just going to get these down on there, and we'll just have some embellishments. I think it turned out really cute. And then just have the white card on the inside so that we can do that. Now here I'm moving on to the second card, and this one is a 5x7. And it's got you're going to use the markers. I do have the markers. I've got everything ready. And it's called Copy of Lego Birthday Card. Somebody took somebody else's Lego birthday card and made a copy of it. And I liked this particular one, the color schemes and everything, so I just used it. And I have got all of the little Lego pieces laying there, and I've got their foam circles on there to help speed up the process here. And I've got all of my bits and pieces. I've got my happy birthday banner there that I used a red and a blue Cricut marker on, and we've got happy birthday. And then we've got our 5x7 card base in red, And we've got our layers. And we've got a white piece for the inside of it. So we'll just get this one assembled. And again, I'm just going to choose to use my tape runner. It's not as forgiving by no means, and I didn't get this exactly straight, but it's good enough. And I've got to watch because I've got all of these with their little stickies on there, and I removed the release paper so that I could quickly put them down on there. So you'll see me get them stuck to things periodically as we move around. And then we're going to lay our black panel down. And I'm going to try and straighten that white up, and then I realize it is down. There's no moving it, so we'll just go with what we've got. And it'll be all right. It's going to go to a little kid's birthday card party, and then probably, I don't know. I was going to say in the trash, but Wyatt has a tendency to save his cards and display them. He likes to display things. He's got a shelf that he displays all of his Lego creations on, and then typically if I make him something, he does display. So he very well may keep these cards. So I'm just eyeballing it and trying to figure out how, what size of a margin I'm going to need around all this. So I'm just going to kind of lay it down there. And I think it's super cute. I really like how these came out. Super easy. I mean, it's all there for you in Cricut Design Space. And the colors just popped. See, I had one of those stuck to my finger there. And I decided since the happy birthday piece was all one piece, I would get the margin right on it from side to side. And then I'll lay my top pieces down according to it, and then we'll kind of backfill from there. But I'm just going to get my side-to-side margin based off of that happy birthday. Just trying to get it lined up perfectly. Once I get it where I'm satisfied, then I'm going to bring in a piece of washi tape and just lightly tack it down. And that way I can kind of build my margin off of that and keep everything pretty straight. So there we go. Now I'm just going to take my red piece and lay it even with the left side of the happy birthday. And it'll just help me to have a good margin all the way around. Just kind of straightening it up, making sure I've got it right. And then we'll just line it up. Then I can use my T-square and line up the other ones. And I'll move the margin of the birthday from top to bottom, but I just wanted to get the side to side right. And then I can use the other side of this to get it lined up how I want it. And then this is where I'll bring in my T-square and line the rest of them up from that. And you can just eyeball it if you want to, but I was trying to be a little bit more precise. A lot of times I just eyeball stuff. So the birthday party is actually tomorrow, but I'm going to pick up the boys tonight, and they're going to stay all night, overnight. Their parents have a couple of parties to go to. One is like a baby reveal party, and then I don't know what the other thing is they're doing, but I'm going to keep the boys for them while I do that. They wanted to stay all night, so I would imagine that we will probably do a directive drawing tonight. The boys always want to draw, and so we'll do a directive drawing from YouTube and see what we come up with. We have made some really fun projects. And yes, my voice is still very grovelly. Still kind of fighting that sinusy, nasally congestion coffee thing, but I feel much better. And the fact that it's sunny out has just improved my mood completely. I actually got out and ran around today. I went to Joann's to check out their sales, which I will tell you, the prices are more than when I was in there the last time. Right now they have 20% off. And I'm telling you, when I was in that store the last time, stuff was cheaper than that. So I just got just the bare minimum of what I needed. I was able to pick up 2 t-shirts, which you're going to see the one here. It's my third project. They were $4.50 and I got them 20% off. So I got them for under $4, the 2 t-shirts, which is excellent. And then I got a couple of paper pads, cardstock pads that were, I think they were $3.50 and I got 20% off those. So I got that. But some of the other things that I went in to look at they weren't priced good. I was going to look at the Cricut. I did look at the Cricut HTV, and it was just ridiculously priced. And then you had 20% off. It was like $14.99 a roll and 20% off. I think I can get it at Hobby Lobby, regular price at $9 a roll. So it just really wasn't. The prices were just ridiculous. So I didn't get a lot. Then I went to the dollar store and picked up some stuff. So now I've got all my little Lego pieces on there, and I'm going to add some embellishments and finish this off. And I thought, I don't do primary colors very often, so I thought I'm just going to use these enamel dots and use most of them up, because I do not do primary colors very often. But I think they both turned out super cute. I asked my daughter which one she wanted to give, and she said, you choose whichever one. So I'm not sure who will give what. I haven't decided yet, but I'm going to lay this down on the inside. I'm going to look for some sentiments to put on the insides of these cards as well. But I think they came together really cute. And then next, I didn't have a 5x7 envelope. I thought I did. I searched and I didn't. So I just took one out of Cricut Design Space and made one for it in yellow to match. And then I forgot to film this. I made this t-shirt, which says Eat, Sleep, Build, Repeat. And I found the design in Cricut Design Space and made it from there. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.